line again.
Oh, hello. Sorry about that. I got caught short. Welcome to Glacier Racing's coverage of the TFR Touring Car Championship. My name is Rob Sutherland, and I've been joined today by David Ward.
Hi, mate. Again, got an interesting race here at Sebring, so let's go through the grid, shall we?
Right. Okie dokie. Well, qualifications just coming to an end now, but this is round 7 of the 12-round championship. And in the Cadillacs, which have already qualified, first position is Frederick Follestat, second is the newcomer Marcelo Mayo, third position Radical's Sean Lees, fourth Kevin Veckermans, fifth is a Club England regular Darren Seal, sixth position is Andy Kay, seventh Simon Garner, eighth is another Club England regular Adam Parl, ninth position is Stefan Coppins, 10th is newcomer Carlos Passos, 11th is Joe Jr., who's just come back from school, and 12th position is newcomer Ian Mabbott. And starting in between the V8s is Terry Dahlberg and Scott Malcolm as well, who I believe is also new. Now we have the qualification for the V8s that's just finished, so I'll take you running through the grid for the V8s. As usual, Renz Brockman is out in the lead about under a second ahead of Thomas van Bussel for the Infinity Motorsports, third position Fabian Jastrzemski, fourth position Maris Christensen, fifth Peter Ridley, sixth position Danny Bowles, in seventh is Andy Goodison, eighth is Dave Guyman, ninth Phil Jocelyn, 10th position is Van Belog, in 11th Andy Streetley, 12th Simon Hill, 13th position Robert Burton, 14th William Pinar, and 15th is Andy Griffiths.
So
right. We've got a 30-minute race here today, and David, how do you think it's going to turn out?
It's going to be an interesting race. Sebring's a really tough track, especially the bumpy Sunset Bend, and then we have the hairpin after going through the Big Bend. That's going to be another place that we could see a lot of carnage. Yeah, it's going to be a tight fought race. I think. I'm looking at the qualifying times. Looks like Frederick Forrested's going to. He's basically a second quicker than everyone. So we'll see how it pans out.
Which is incredible, really. We've also got a newcomer as well, Marcelo May, who's gone awfully quick as well. The 201.87898. Sorry. So some excellent pace in the first two spaces at the top of the field. I was speaking to Andy Kay before the race and. Also before qualification, and he told me that he set the car up to be quite loose at the rear, and the thought of one of those Cadillacs to be quite loose at the rear, coming around full chat Sunset Bend, scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, it's not exactly how I would have set the cars, but he always likes a loose rear end, apparently.
Absolutely. Lovely. Well, we've got the football on back here. We've got some racing just about to grid up, and just fair to say as well, the beer is flowing because it is Tuesday, and that's a school night, and we're awfully naughty people. And as we can see the grid now, they're all lining up. I believe our leader, Frederick Follestat, is on the grid, or certainly Sean Lees is. Kevin Veckermans, in fact, is the first person on the grid at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know who our camera is going to settle on.
Oh. Darren Seale's on the grid now with Kevin Veckermans and just waiting for Frederick. Is he going to make it in time?
Well, all he has to do is click a button and set some fuel, doesn't he? So, oh, he is, I think. He's out there now. Sean Lees, sorry, third position.
He's having a little bit of attention to the start of the race.
Well, he could have started from the pit lane. Andy Kay joked in the chat that he was going to start from the pit lane. So, as we can see on the grid now, starting to just rev up a little bit, and we're going to go straight into corner number 1. So I think we may predict a bit of an incident. Actually,
no.
It's a corner that certainly tightens.
Andy's decided to join the grid.
Now, how very sporting of him. Right, so this is a 30-minute race, 30-minute sprint race, no pit stops, none of that shenanigans, so we should see good hard racing from the off, and the revs build.
Green flag.
And the lights are up, green flag is underway, round number 7 of the TFR Touring Car Championship from Sebring on GlacierTV, and it looks like a pretty good start. There's a three-way at the back between, I believe, one of the Radical vehicles and the TFR vehicle as well, but they're both round side by side the first corner, and I can see two Radical vehicles back there.
And Andy's car has gone into a spot above her, but he's trying to outbrake and go around the outside. He's going to make it. I don't think he's going to get it on this one. He's going to lose it out on the big bend, definitely. Just got pushed out a little bit wide.
2 by 2 going into the big bend like Noah's Ark. Andy Kay is chasing the car of the blue and yellow car, or the blue and orange car of Darren Seal, all the way down into the hairpin corner number 7. And why? Whoa, that way was that Joe Jr. shooting massively long at the hairpin, and he's had to take the emergency road, or one of the old bits of the circuit, and he's joined in amongst the crowd of V8s. Okay, so let's have a little look if there's been any more shenanigans further down the packs. We can see Kevin Beckerman was initially under a little bit of pressure from Sean Lees. Let's see if we can focus on that battle. Car number 35 of Sean Lees is chasing down Kevin Beckerman's for third position, and he's being looked down as well by Darren Seal, newcomer to the series. Interesting to see how fast he is turned out to be.
They all seem quite closely packed at the front, but yeah, he's keeping up with Frederick, which is good. It's going to keep this race interesting as they go into Sunset Bend. This is a real bumpy corner. And they're just taking different lines through there. That's quite interesting.
The first time they're in the Sunset Bend, of course, tyres aren't exactly how they want them to be, so they've got to take a little bit easy, I should imagine. They're not going at full-on race pace. They also don't want to be caught up by the guys behind them as well. And so the first 3 positions in each class, Frederick Follestat, Marcelo Mayo and Kevin Beckham as your Cadillacs, 1, 2 and 3, and Renz Brockman, Thomas Van Bussel and Fabian Jastrzewski in the V8s, your first 3. And just going to see if we can see any battles on track at the minute.
Definitely looks like Renz has got some competition at this race. I mean, the last few races that I've seen him in, he's pretty much walked away with it. But he's got Thomas not too far behind him. I
believe Sean Lees might have had an incident and he's disconnected. No. Okay, so we've missed that. He hit a wall somewhere
and went for the rage quit.
Best kind of quit. It's a 30-minute race, so people are less happy to carry on initially. But the first 3 positions at the moment, Frederick Follestat's stretching away from Marcelo Mayo, and even further away from Kevin Veckerman. There's about a 2-second gap for that first lap. And Sean Lees was initially in 4th position, so that 4th position has been taken by Darren Seal, who has been chased down by another purple Radicals car of Andy Kay. And David, I believe, interesting battles for 3rd position in the Ford V8 sim.
Yeah, Thomas and Fabian are going to be having a real good battle here. And Terrio, did I pronounce that right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Terrio's in the mix in there as well. So yeah, some nice multicast racing going on here.
So we can see just behind the 16 car Thomas Van Bussel, Fabian Spencer's just got past Terry Darberg. Now he's able to chase down the first 2 positions in the V8s, but it just looked like with these multi-class cars, they take different lines, and this is sort of maybe hindering a little bit Fabian Jastrzewski, especially where Terro's not absolutely on the pace of the other Cadillac drivers at the minute.
Yeah, just because they're faster in different parts of the track. I don't really know why Terrio's trying to race him. But that's multi-class racing, isn't it? So let them get on with it. And we got Renz is just sitting on that gap about a second or so. So he's just pacing himself.
We're going to bring in the fight in a minute of Adam Powell for 7th position. Adam Powell and Simon Geimer. These guys are very, very used to each other because they do race on the simracing.org.uk leagues. They are nose and tail for 7th position coming round at the back of Sebring.
And here he goes. He's going to. Oh no! Just showing him the wheel and tucked in nicely behind him. I thought he'd might have had a little dive down there, but probably just setting him up for maybe the next lap.
Yeah, learning the lines, learning how Adam Powell takes some of these corners. See where his weaknesses are, line him up for the next lap. As we see just behind him, Stefan Cobbins in a red TFR machine gets a little bit leery.
Andy seems to be setting out on his own, and Darren's chasing down Veckermans, and we got Marcelo. Yeah, Frederick's pulled out from Marcelo, and I think he's pretty much got this one sewn up.
So at the moment we've got a fairly stretched first few cars, and then we have further back we have the little bit of a battle in the middle to the end of the Cadillacs, and I think we've had an incident with Istvan Balog and maybe Scott Malcolm right towards the end of the V8, but it looks like Istvan's running, so I wonder why Scott Malcolm's felt the need to quit the race. Okay, so that's the first Glacier Miss of the day. We're watching the battle with Adam Powell on Glacier Racing on GlacierTV, watching the TFR Touring Car Championships. Looks like Adam's stretched out a little bit now and has given himself the opportunity to chase down series newcomer Carlos Passos in his Radicals Cadillac. That's the battle for 6th position, and also just behind Geimer's coming under a little bit of pressure from Stefan Coppens as well, so nice little 5-way we've got here.
For a 5-way?
Well, one day it'll be. Got to be hopeful. We can see a star actually in front of Carlos, and that was Kevin Veckerman, so he's had a little bit of an incident. In fact, he had a spin coming into, I think that's hairpin.
Yeah.
Corner number 7. Wow, that is before he hit apex as well, so he must have come in quite hot.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a lock up on the rear there.
Brake bias problem. Were a few drivers tinkering with their setup until the very last moment possible today. We can see that Coppens is now very, very close to Mr. Geimer.
Yeah, Darren Seals caught up with Marcel as well. He's not too ahead. Well, he's obviously been promoted since Veckerman's had that moment going into the hairpin.
Darren Seal now in 4th position, sorry, just coming round up into Sunset Bend. His last lap was a 2:03. Marcelo's was a 2:03.7 as well, and Frederick Follerstat's giving everyone else a chance by doing a 2:03.138 as well. So these guys are quite similar pace now, and hopefully we'll be able to see Darren close up, and we'll have a battle for second quite soon. Marcelo is 2.6 seconds behind Frederick Follerstat, your class leader in the Cadillacs. And we're not seeing anyone mess with that first corner yet, David?
No, not yet. There's still time.
There's still time. We are 10 minutes into the race. We have some retirees for you all. Sean Lees has called it a day again. I think he came out and did a couple more laps. Andy Goodison, I think is one of the Infinity drivers, has called it a day. Terra Dahlberg as well called it a day. And we talked about Scott Malcolm earlier. He's also disconnected.
Yeah, and Adam Powell's, yeah, he's dropped back a bit, hasn't he? He's definitely lost a place, I'm sure he has, with Carlos. Or did
Adam
he
Powell's
always
last lap 2:05.3. Looked like he was certainly going very slow coming out of that corner. Maybe he just it was just shot inside then. Showed that's the ultimate opportunist move, just showing inside the corner into the hairpin, one of the slowest corners in Sebring, and that must have caught the attention of Carlos Passos quite a bit.
Adam does some real world racing, doesn't he, as well?
Well, I believe he was a Porsche driver, a Carrera Cup driver, I think. Or used to be at some point. I think we'll have to look into that.
I'll just do some research.
As, speaking of which, he just shot off and gone into the wall. Oh no, sorry, that was Ian Mabbitt, his teammate. Just through the S's there, lit his rear wheels up and hit the wall. He's now back in the pits. Let's see if we can get a replay of that. So that was Ian Mabbitt, who ran at the back of the Cadillacs in 10th position. And looks like he's manually disconnected as well. He's disconnected from the race. As we can see, Coppins is right up now behind Garner, coming into Sunset Bend. And not close enough for Simon Garner to offer the defensive line. That's pretty scary around that corner, isn't it, David?
Yeah, especially through. It's just the track's so bumpy, and you can never really know if your car's going to stick. There's one line that you can take, and if you deviate from that, you're pretty much going to be bouncing along and probably unsettle the car so much that you put it into the wall.
Okay, so you guys seen the replay of Ian Mabbitt getting a bit twitchy through the S's and ending up in the wall. That's the end of his race from 10th position. And we're now coming back live watching the Coppins-Garner battle for 8th position. And just a little twitch from Coppins there. Bit of oversteer coming out of the corner. He's got straightened up, and that's dropped him a couple of seconds behind. So, David, I believe that's the that's a bit of a commentator's curse there.
Yeah. Who cursed him? Was it me or you?
Well, we're cursing him around because Adam Piles just dropped wide. Adam Piles just dropped wide going into the hairpin. He's now dropped back 2 positions behind Stefan Coppins. So we're going to see now, I think, car number 38 of Adam Pyle try and regain those 2 positions, and then we know he's pretty quick. So this should be quite fun.
It should be, unless he starts trying to overdrive it after making that mistake. He just probably needs to calm down for a couple of laps and just get back into his rhythm. Easier said than done, but yeah.
But it's that sensible thing of once you've gone off, come back on, calm yourself down, and just think. The first thing you need to think of is the next braking zone, then the next braking zone, and then just run yourself methodically through your head, find out how you're going to drive this lap. Now, Marcelo Mayo's caught up to 1.9 seconds behind Frederick Follestat. Is still the leader. Darren Seal, the opportunist from Kevin Veckermans, is up into 3rd position, and Kay is in 4th, 9.6 seconds behind Frederick, and Kevin Veckermans is in 5th. Let's run you through the V8s as well. It's giving me a nice blue block. They're all together. Looks like Renz Brockman hasn't managed to catch anyone since Derek Dahlberg has left, so he's still in 1st. Thomas van Pussel is in 2nd, Fabian Jastrzębski is in 3rd. That's pretty much how it's been for the entire TFR Touring Car Championship this season, it appears. In 4th position, Peter Ridley. 5th is Phil Jocelyn. 6th is Danny Bowles as well. So there's currently a not much of a battle going on with the V8 the V8s, which is why we've not really spoken about them that much. Phil Jocelyn and Danny Bowles are nose to tail through Sunset Bend, but that's about it.
Yeah, the V8 are always, well, not always, but in this particular race they seem to be quite well spaced out. And Renz Brockman's just off on his own. He's like 4 seconds ahead of everyone. So yeah, let's concentrate on Simon and Stefan, because they seem to be going at it.
Well, Stefan's certainly going to be under a lot of pressure now. Adam is reeling him in very, very slowly. Not been too aggressive at the moment to get past him, and certainly the gap is lengthening when they both manage to put their foot down. It certainly looks like Adam's able to brake a little bit better than Stefan.
Yeah, sorry, I just got distracted there.
No, that's fine. Get on the rose, son. As they say, as we see Stefan Coppins run wide, kick up a little bit of dirt. That allows Adam Pyle just to close him in ever so slightly. And Joe Jr. has retired. So Joe Jr. he's not had a cracking race today. He's had a bit of a few off tracks, I believe.
Yeah, he's been struggling a little bit, but you know, this track is not it's not the easiest to drive around, especially in these cars.
By a long shot. Right, we have currently a bug in the standard side panel, and it's showing people that they are +1 lap when they've not gone past the finish line. So ever so sorry about that, guys. That will be looked at by our crew. But currently you'll just have to listen to the accurate stand-ins of us, the commentators. My name is Rob Sutherland, and David Ward is with me.
Hello.
Fantastic. And we are over half an hour in to this round number 7 at Sebring.
How many more laps do we have, or is it time that we have? Oh, we're halfway through, aren't we? So, yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
It's definitely, everyone's definitely spaced themselves out a little bit. I mean, the only battle going on at the moment is probably between Kevin, Carlos and Simon. But again, you know, they're 3 seconds apart. I'm not expecting them to close up anytime soon. But we do have a nice battle between... no, that's not happening either.
Okay, so a little quiet on the racing front, so you'll just have to listen to the dulcet whisperings of myself and David. But it looks like the 7th, 8th and 9th fight of Guymer, Coppins and Parle is probably the best to watch, because there's literally a mistake between them, so maybe one of them will make a mistake at some point and we'll get to see them close up together.
I think we should go and check out Phil and Danny, because they seem to be going at it. Yeah.
Good shout. We'll see some sideways action between the number 44 car, Phil Jockman, and the number 13 car of Danny Bowles.
Yeah, they definitely should be quite comfortable racing each other. He's a lot quicker coming down here. Is he going to look down the inside? I would.
Yep. Give him a nice look there, and then maybe encounter the stewards are off a little bit later. But Robin is racing, as I say, especially in the touring car world. And if any of you guys saw the touring car racing at the British touring car racing at Alton Park at the weekend, you'll certainly know that these cars can take a bit of the door banging.
Yeah, I've not actually watched that race. I've got it on the V-Box, so I'm going to be watching it after this, so don't spoil it for me.
Oh right, yeah, okay. Yeah, Andy Neat won all 3 races, is amazing. So we'll watch the battle between Phil Jocelyn and Danny Bowles now. 14th, in fact, we'll give the class positions as well. That's for 4th position, or 5th position, sorry, in the V8s. We can see the nose and tail. Danny is not taking the opportunity to use a toe, or at least now he is. He switched to the inside coming into Sunset Bend. Phil does not offer the defensive line. That's because he's just got a nose ahead of him now, so he just forced Danny to cut back into his draft as they come through Sunset Bend. Looks like no one wants to take any risk coming into Sunset Bend. As you see a little bit of a twitch from Danny Bowles there that moves the entire front end of his car too far towards the wall for his likeliness. We see another V8 coming out of the pits, I believe. Or was that a Cadillac? That was William Piner in the that's put himself a lap down. And these guys have given some cracking close racing. We've seen this season long with the V8s. They can really drive nice and close together. Drivers give themselves enough gaps and enough sort of respect that gives them some really good on-track racing.
Yeah, this is a really good race between Nigel. He's going for it as well. Here we go.
Well, he's got him. We're in car with. I think we're in car with Phil Jocelyn now. So you. Oh, Phil's gone long. A lot of respect given. Probably too much at the hairpin, and that's allowed Danny just to tuck in inside now and get a better exit out of the hairpin through corners 8 and 9. 9 Fangio up into Cunningham turn 10. Famous turn 10. Right, okay, so we'll see what kind of lap Phil Jocelyn can put in now. Or so Danny can put in. Oh, that's commentator's curse. He just lit up the rear wheels.
There we go.
Slid wide. I think that was in the collie, wasn't it? But he's just missed the wall as well. So looks like Phil can now get back into 5th position. Yeah, he must do.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, you just cursed him there. Definitely, that was looking for a good race.
I know. What is it with me? I tell you what, they're looking behind. It's Van Balov, car number 30. It's just been taken by Marius Christensen. So there's a nice little 3-way turn up then, because obviously Danny's had to rejoin behind those 3.
I've got a better one. I'm looking at Adam, Simon, and Stefan. We've got a 3-way.
And we've got another 3. Okay, but we're going to focus then on the 3-way of the Cadillacs. And we've missed Adam Paul managing to get past Stefan.
Oh, and here we go. Adam's down the inside, just taps him a little bit. Oh, I managed to strain it out, but then that's obviously slowed up Stefan Coppins, and no, he's got the drive out of the corner. Adam, firstly, I must apologise for giving you some kind of curse every time we get the camera on you.
So he's back down in the third. He did get a bit of a love tap from Stefan Coppins to say, oi, hurry up, you're in the middle of the track. It's not very helpful for my race. So now the positions as they were. Simon Garmer 7th position, 8th Adam Parl, sorry, 8th is Stefan Coppins, 9th is Adam Parl, and we see Stefan just come out of that corner and just twitch up. Then that allows Adam to close up behind him as they go through the left-hand kink. Coppins' car seems quite loose coming around that, doesn't he?
Yeah, it does.
And I believe we're in the Le Mans one now, number 16, where, oh no, I've got it wrong, as Coppins, I don't like, you know what, I do not like them going over that white line. Track boundaries, terrible. If that was Le Mans, they always have to kick themselves out of number 15 into 16, don't they? And they just cross the white line, throw themselves into that corner, and it allows them a big old speed advantage, as we've seen him just come away from Adam Parl there.
Yeah, he's just managed to pull out a little bit of a gap, but Simon Geimer's comfortable now, and we're coming into the last 7 minutes of this race now.
Wow, doesn't time fly? I think what we do, David, is we'll see if our team director can allow us to go in car with Adam Parl for a lap. And hopefully that will show you guys just how much the back end of these Cadillacs really like to move around.
Yeah, they're really loose.
So we're riding the roll bar now with Adam Parl, car number 38. Newcomer to this series, but certainly appears to be quite handy in Cadillacs, although he's actually in last place in the Cadillacs, but I think that's quite deceptive. And that's a great shot as he flicks left. Looks a little mark of cones on the right, down into second gear, flicking right.
Yeah, this section's really slippy through here as you accelerate down, and then this is kind of like a tight apex. Some people turn in a little bit too early and just hit that curve going in.
At Adam's case, he missed it just a little bit, had to hang on around that corner. He's going to kick round to left again. I think that's Bishop we're flicking through now. The double left-hander of Bishop and into the right-hander of Gerbain.
And then onto the Le Mans corner, and then, is this how you pronounce it? Ullman Straight?
The Ullman Straight, absolutely fantastic. And he's getting closer and closer to Stefan. I don't think he's going to get in the toe, and I certainly don't think he's going to give the opportunity to show inside at Sunset Bend, although he might show himself anyway. No, he waits for the third marker before he shifts down a gear.
Oh, he's really quite loose into there. Yeah, cut across for a late apex and accelerate out. You've got to drive here, definitely.
Definitely got to drive.
I don't think he's going to. He's looking, he's pulling his mirrors, but yeah, he's going to tuck him behind him, follow him through the corner, try and get as much drive down, because here we go. This is it. He's got it now. If he can just outbrake him, but he's coming across to cover it.
Great little bump on the exit of first corner as well as the tarmac, or the concrete turns to asphalt there. And you can just see him dueling with the lines taken by Stefan Coppins, trying to force him in a mistake. A little bit of oversteer coming out of that corner from Stefan.
Yeah, we might see a move down into here again. He fills his mirrors up and then just tucks him behind him. Yeah, just maybe give him a little tap. No,
bit too long. Yeah, I think.
But he might give me a bump and run.
Bump and run. There's nothing worse than a bump and run, especially at the hairpin. So that's allowed Adam Parl to drop back a little bit. Stefan Coppins has driven away. So a little bit of a mistake under braking there from Adam.
Yeah,
it's going to take a little bit of time to redo this work to catch back up.
Yeah, he's kind of spent it all on that hairpin trying to gain too much. He should have just maybe sat back for a couple more laps. But again, he's just running a little bit wide there, isn't he? Kicking up a little bit dusk.
And we've not talked about the stand-ins for the last few minutes, but in first position Cadillacs, Frederick Follisat, second Marcelo Mayer, who's An excellent debut race today. And what's even better is third position, the last step on the podium, Darren Seal, 9 seconds behind, and Kay fourth, Kevin Veckerman's fifth, sixth is Carlos Pastor, seventh is Simon Guymer, eighth Stephen Coppins watching now, ninth of Adam Parle, just try and catch him up. In the V8s we have Renz Brockman out in the lead by about 9 seconds from Thomas Van Bussel, Fabian Jaspansky third, Peter Ridley fourth position, Phil Jocelyn fifth position, Maris Christensen sixth, Isfan Balog seventh, Danny Balls eighth position, so he's not managed to catch back up with Phil Jocelyn. He's dropped off by about 12-13 seconds, and then ninth position Robert Burden gets to the first of the lap drivers now. Andy Griffiths is in 10th, 11th, Andy Streetley. 12th position William Pinar, 13th is Peter Sharks, Dave Guyman, 14th Simon Hill, 15th is Andy Goodison. I believe actually Simon and Andy have actually retired, and Dave Guyman's retired as well, so we've missed that out, so sorry about that. But watching the last closing 3 minutes of the TFR Touring Car Championship round number 7, and Adam Parle now is trying to chase down the V8. Actually, they're starting to lap, aren't they? They're starting to lap Andrew Streetley. Coppins has now got past, and it's now Adam Parle's responsibility just to come into the hairpin to try and not get slowed down too much by Andrew Streetley.
Okay, I just want to interrupt you because Kevin Veckermans and Andy are the latest battle that's ignited on the track.
We're going to try and catch that live for you now. Kevin Veckermans, that's about a 4-4 position between them.
Oh!
Saying that.
Andy, again, we're just cursing drivers. It's like, as soon as we get on them, Andy's just done a little half spin and managed to keep hold of it, and Kevin's looking really wild, Larry driving.
Well, that's he's probably got a little bit of damage in his car, but this is the first time, David, as we see Andy Kirschko completely display track limits. We see him, whoa, he lights up coming out of Le Mans as well, just narrowly misses the wall. That's the first time I've seen the purple Radicals car, so I've seen them in the red before, but they finally changed colour a little bit. I've not been around too much, according to Mr. Vincent, who is not around today, and Mr. Hardwick, who has microphone problems. I have been around chasing women, a rumour that I can neither confirm nor deny. And that's the end of lap number 13 for Andy Kay, who's currently 5th position, so he's now dropped massively behind Ken Veckerman's those 2 incidents in the last lap, with lighting his rear wheels up.
Is this going to be the final lap? Are we on white flag?
I think we might be, but Andy Kay hit the wall on the first apex, and we saw an LMP2 do that for the Sebring 12 hours earlier in the year, so he's not having a very good end of race, Mr. Andy.
No, he's definitely struggling. Have we got any battles that we can watch for the last lap? Maybe.
May not be the last lap. We are 2 minutes. We are at least 2 minutes before the white flag is shown. That will be the white flag shown to Frederick Frostat.
Phil and Marius are now back together, so we could see Marius try and make a move on Phil as they go onto the back straight.
It might happen. Phil Jocelyn's last lap was a 2:10 and a 2:8 from Marius Christensen. So Marius just lined himself up for the inside, coming into Sunset. Looks like he's almost got a run at defensive. Wow, it looks like very straight line that first bit of the apex for Phil Jocelyn. He's managed to get the car slowed down now, but that's allowed Marius to really get in the toe coming out of the Sunset Bend exit. Bit of a
Marius just gets a little bit of a wobble as he puts the power down. Obviously the tyres are playing a big role in this. Towards the end of the lap, we're going to struggle a little bit.
And tyres do roll, so let's see if this fight manages to get itself back underway again. And we are focusing on Marius's car. It does look like his tyres are absolutely beaten at the moment. And the V8s, I believe, are a product of the new tyre model as well. They've been out for the last few rounds in TFR Touring Car Championship as well, so nice to know some drivers are getting more and more used to it now.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I think that's definitely closed up the gap between some of the V8 drivers and levelled out the playing field, because not everyone's going to have had been able to get all the data and everything ready for this. So, and here we go with
closing up the gap.
He's not going to get
wide on the outside. No, well, he might line himself up for the next couple of corners. Well, actually, no, saying that, that's quite terrible.
that was on the wrong side. Phil is definitely defending quite well there.
And it's an art from defensive drivers, especially know a circuit quite well. But whoa, big slide, and he's on the grass. Marion Christensen is on the grass. He had a little bit of wobble now, and he needs to get the speed back up because right behind him, Mr. Van Balog will be closing down.
Yeah, he will be. He's too far behind.
Okay, so into tower, out tower comes Marius Christensen, and actually he might just come onto Le Mans now. Corner number 16 onto the Ormond Straight, and it looks like we need to find another battle, which is good because the number 81 car of Stefan Coppens and the number 38 car of Adam Parl are starting to swap numbers again, so they are getting very, very, very close.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much here for the last lap of the race.
Okay, so in that case then, we'll keep an television eye on Frederick Follerstadt, and I'll also keep a beady eye on the Parley-Coppens fight as well. And it looks like over the line for the win of the Touring Car Championship race goes to Frederick Follerstadt, followed 5.5 seconds down the road by newcomer Marcelo Mao, and then Darren Seal for third position. Fourth position Kevin Vekmans, followed 4 seconds down the road by Andy Kay. And we're waiting for sixth position of Carlos Passo. Just crossed the line. Then we're looking at Dave Geimer in the Team Shark, the leading Team Shark, and I think Adam Parl in ninth position might have had a bit of an incident in the Ullman Straight. So eighth position definitely goes to Stefan Coppens, and ninth position, last of the running Cadillacs, goes to Adam Parl. So looking now into the Ford V8s. Renz Brockman just crossing the line, followed by 2 seconds. It closed up a little bit to Thomas Van Bustel, and then Fabian Gistrensky just coming out Sunset Bend now. Lights the rears up, gets a little bit twitchy, and he's taken the last step of the podium for the V8s. Peter Ridley streaming down the Allman Straights, waiting for the brake markers. Coming in the sunset, he will take your fourth position. And currently, number 44 car of Phil Jocklin, Maris, got nice and close again. So Maris has really managed to close up to the back of Phil Jocklin again. They're coming down the Ullman Straight. Looks like the gap's too great unless Maris really wants to try and take some chunk of time out under braking.
Oh, he's right up behind him. I mean, well, unless Phil makes a big hash of coming out of Sunset Bend, here we go.
Looks like he's indicating. bit of a twitch coming through the apex there from Phil Jocklin, but he takes fifth position, closely followed by Marius Christensen for sixth position. Isfan Balog is driving very, very slowly. He is not out of fuel, is he? Last lap was a 2:20 for Mr. Van. So drama late on, because he's about 9 seconds off his fastest pace. So let's look back, because he should be chased down by Robert Burden. Saying that, Robert Burden's just crossing the line now. So it looks like Isfan's out of place somewhere. We'll work out what happens to him later on. Danny Bell's taken 9th position in the Ford V8s. Andy Griffiths is in 10th. Andrew Streetley in 11th. William Pinart in 12th. First retiree Dave Geimer, Simon Hill and Andy Goodison. And I think that rounds off the entire race. So David, what's to say then? Who is your driver of the day?
Oh wow, that's a real difficult one. You know what? I'm going to go for Phil, only because he's managed to keep it on the track and hold off Marius for so long, and he actually put up quite a good battle. I was kind of watching him in the background.
Okay, so that's fair enough. I am going to say Marcelo Mao, newcomer to TFR, and a second place on his first race isn't too shabby.
No, he's done quite well, and he's going to be one to watch out for.
Absolutely, and honourable mention as well to Darren Seal, because obviously he has finished on the last step of the podium. And we'll see if there's anyone to join us. We are rolling the results now for all of you guys who want to look at the final classifications, who don't understand my pronunciation, which is probably quite a lot of people because it's quite terrible at the most times. Salutations and thanks goes on in the server. We're going to see if we're going to be joined by anyone. And it doesn't look that way at the minute. So, David, you've enjoyed the race?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. We need some closer racing. I think when people just disappear off in the touring cars, it gets a little bit boring. But this is a track where, unfortunately, you're going to get that space come out from the guys who are pushing the pace. So everyone just seemed to kind of spread out, but good race by everyone. Nice and clean, no incidents. Didn't really see anything, so I don't think the stewards will be complaining about cutting tracks or penalising anyone for anything else.
Anything else? Very diplomatic. Now I've got a bit of a funny little theory, because obviously Sebring can be quite a difficult circuit, especially on cars that are under a season old, which the Cadillac is, and also the new time model of the V8s is. So I think it's a case of everyone's not really, or a lot of drivers have really not switched on to the current combination as well. So maybe next season, if Sebring's included, and if indeed there is a next season of the Touring Car Championship, we may well see a lot more settled drivers having a bit more closer racing.
Yeah, there's going to be guys definitely going to pick up and work out the new tyre model as time goes on and setting up the car. I'm not sure how many people are like truly dedicated to setting up this the new car and obviously the V8 with the new tyre models and everything. But as time goes on,
God bless the involvement of the teams, because that's what a lot of the teams really do bring to the top level of iRacing, and that's just the fact that there is a couple of setup gurus that do understand, and they simply just pass the setups around and they really help the teammates on with making sure they get a stable car and enjoy racing.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Obviously, like getting a nice stable car, and as long as you're running consistent laps when you make a change to the car, it's going to you're going to be able to see whether you can improve or not.
Right. Okay. So next up in GlacierTV, there is a broadcast for BigDogsRacing.com. That's only in a few hours actually. It's the first of a new series, and I believe that's late model racing as well, coming from. It doesn't actually say on the calendar and on the GlacierTV.com website. Oh no, sorry, it does. It says Iowa. So this is the Rick Hayne Calls 110. So that should be some good racing, and it's followed on Wednesday at 8 o'clock UTC by the iRacing Skip Barber Premier Racing Series, and that's going to be from Road America. 20 of the fastest laps on the Snake Split Series, and that will be live on GlacierTV.com. And then further back into the week, or at the weekend, sorry, is the TFR Super Cup Round 7, also from Sebring. We make a return to this lovely little airfield, and then later on that evening, it's in the UK and Europe time, we have the CESC, the Continental Endurance Sports Car Series. That's going to be from Lion Rock. And David, let me tell you, Continental Endurance Sports Car Series, they always get an absolutely massive field. Lion Rock, Mustangs, and MX-5s, that's going to be carnage for 90 minutes.
Isn't it sponsored by Wreckfest?
Sponsored by Wreckfest, if you say so. Right, so that's going to be absolutely cracking. When I get back from Le Mans, I'm going to have a look at the YouTube of that, and that YouTube's going to be up on the Glacier TV archive.
I'm going to definitely be commentating that with Will. I'm going to stay up and do that. I think we also have the Afterburn series as well this weekend.
That must be on the Sunday, because it rarely ever shifts on the Sunday. I think that's round number 15 actually. Twin Ring Motegi, 200 laps of the oval. Were you racing in that one, David?
I think I'm going to participate in that. I don't have any real world stuff on this weekend, so yeah, I'll be doing that.
Well, I think you're going to have to end up drinking a lot of Red Bull, mate, because that looks like a long old race, especially if there's flags as well. So.
Can I exchange it for red wine?
Yeah, red wine's even better. In fact, I saw on the old forum someone doing a drink and drive charity race.
Fantastic. Maybe we should do that at maybe Dover or Texas.
Yeah. Now this is a. I appreciate this kind of thinking. Obviously, drink driving's terrible, and it's for an alcoholics type charity or some drink driving charity. But they're basically absolutely swapping it round so that there are drinking. It's basically drinking games, fines. Every lap you have a drink, all that sort of stuff. And it kind of really, hopefully, might give a lot of people insight in how terrible you are driving once you've had a beer or two.
Yeah, that's actually sounds like quite a good event. Drink away.
So
And it
very
turns
much
out
so.
that you're actually wrong. It's the Tab IndyCar Series on the road course, not the oval.
Oh, really? Did I click on the wrong button? Did I? Let's have a little look.
No,
I
they
can see
switched.
round 15.
They switched it over because they would have done 3 Twin Motegi races because of the official series.
Right, okay, so it's 200 laps of the road course, is it?
I don't think it's 200 laps. I need to check. I haven't actually
That would be pretty funny,
downloaded
though.
it. Yeah, I've not even turned a wheel on the track yet, so that's going to be interesting.
Okay, well I can certainly say that we do have a resident expert in the GlacierTV crew of Twin Motegi, and that's our very own Yoni Batman, because he certainly has enjoyed it quite a lot this week. 62 laps we've been told by our team director. 62 laps for the team afterburn. That'll be all right then, wouldn't it? If you get a well, you should win that day because you can turn left and right.
I don't know. Was it Darren Lee? I can't remember. He's going to shout at me next time I talk to him. Someone Lee was very, very quick round Brands Hatch. So.
Right. Okay. So we've been given the cutthroat sign, which I believe means hurry up. So all that's left to say then is thank you very much for watching the broadcast. It will be available on YouTube on the GlacierTV archive later on tonight. My thanks go to Jarno Matakayan, for the directing tonight, and my co-commentator David Ward.
Thank you.
And myself is Rob Sutherland, and we will see you somewhere tomorrow. Goodbye.
Here they come to the start-finish line again.